So my mum and dad moved up to the north coast, the Sunshine Coast, up to a place called Mullaney through COVID. I think the end of that little chapter of humanity gave them pause to make a break for the countryside. And I've loved going and visiting them up there. They're currently living in a big shed. Dad's got his cars and a couple of toys, and Mum does the gardens. And naturally, as a son, I've utilised some of their extra storage space for some of my things. Some of that stuff was my old skateboard-making gear. It's a press, a mould, some templates, old materials, ply. This stuff's been moving around all over the place with me after I finished up doing cottage skateboards a number of years ago. And I guess that's what this story is about, is the moving it back down to the school that I work at in an attempt to kickstart a little program where we make skateboards with the kids. And now I think it's time for a quick drum break. Just a quick side story. I think the best present I ever bought somebody was when I got my dad 3 drum lessons after noticing him tapping on the side of his car door. He went on to do drums for about 3 or 4 years after that and absolutely loved it. So this idea of setting up a more permanent skateboard making workshop in a school has actually been with me for a long time. It's honestly one of the main reasons I decided to get into education. Back when I ran my old skateboard company, I wanted to give more people the opportunity to go through that process of making a board. And even though it was something so simple, as a young man it had given me so much. It engaged my creativity. I was excited to spend whatever time necessary to get a decent finished product. And it ended up teaching me all about quality and business, sales, relationships, and so much more. After I ran a few workshops with some travellers and some local skaters, I eventually got a gig in a school working with some disadvantaged kids. And it was that single experience alone that showed me the power of the skateboards to engage kids who otherwise wanted nothing to do with school or learning or even trying. And I knew I had to get into more places. Watch this. This almost gets hooked on the side of the platform here. This thing's sketchy. It's about 3 meters tall, and this was not great. Workplace health and safety would have not been happy. Ugh. Oh. Thanks for your help, Dad. So, even though after trying to get the program into more schools, I realised the complexity of the education system and the constraints on teachers. And that's when I decided to go back to uni to study to be a teacher. So this little project, this is my full circle moment. I've been teaching for a couple years, and I've managed to convince my principal to give me the space in a shed out the back of the school. and I'm going to attempt to bring a skateboard manufacturing and learning facility to our humble little school in Murwillumbah, northern New South Wales. Stay tuned. I'll make the journey from up here at Mullaney down to Murwillumbah, and I'll check back in next week with some of the action. Thanks.